Welcome back to the Speaking and Communicating podcast. I am your host, Roberta. If you are looking to improve your communication skills, both professionally and personally, this is the podcast you should be tuning into. By the end of this episode, please remember to subscribe, give a rating, and a review. On this podcast, we always emphasize the importance of storytelling when doing business presentations or giving keynote speeches. Today, my guest, Glenn Daniels II, a great storyteller, is here to share with us what has been the recipe for his success in his speeches when it comes to storytelling and what makes for a great leader. Before I go any further, please help me welcome Glenn to the show. Hello, Glenn.
Hello and good morning. And I know somebody's saying, wait a minute, it's not morning where I am now. It's morning someplace. Okay. Just accept the fact it's morning someplace.
Exactly.
High energy morning.
It's morning in some place, afternoon to where we are in Chicago. I'm in Chicago. Where in the US are you based?
I'm in Denver, Chicago and Denver. I've been to Chicago a lot, love Denver, love Chicago. And it was surprising for me to hear that Denver is now the third busiest airport and Chicago is the fourth busiest now.
You're taking over O'Hare's spot?
O'Hare. We took it, but see, here's the rub about that. It depends on the day of the week.
Oh.
Okay, certain days of the week, O'Hare is still third. So number one is Atlanta, number two is Dallas, and Denver and Chicago will trade places depending on the day of the week. You guys do way more cargo work than we do on Saturdays, Sundays.
Okay.
So
I know every time I go west. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'm proud to say that we're busier than you are now.
So, well, depending on the day of the week.
Day of the week, yes. Yeah.
Because I can believe that because most of the time when I go west, my stop is 90%. There's a chance that it's going to be Denver.
Yeah, exactly. And you must be on United a lot. But that's Denver's their home.
Yes. They usually stop at Denver. Yeah. So, Glenn, tell us a little bit about your background.
I've been doing this for a long time. I always hesitate to say how long because I don't want to look like I've been doing it for 30 plus years. But I started almost just a few years outside of college, and it just happened to meet the right person who was looking for somebody who felt would be a good partner. So I don't know why he decided I was going to be, but that happened. So I started speaking, started getting better, went out on my own, started getting better. Realized, though, motivation only goes so far. So my background became the ideal of let's teach skills and techniques. I started really working on skills and techniques. At first, it was skills and techniques around neuro-linguistic programming or selling. And then I started saying, well, really, our challenge in this world is our leadership. Our leaders don't really know how to lead. And I hate to say that, but if you think about it, most leaders were promoted because they were doing the previous job well.
Yes.
And so they get promoted. So most leaders don't have formal training in most companies. They were doing that previous job well, but they weren't doing the leadership part well. Part of that is because if you're leading a team of people, they expect you to know what they're doing as well as they do. They expect you to be able to answer questions about this software program that they're writing or the code they're writing, whatever it is, to do that. As a leader, that's not what you're there for. You're not there to do the work. You're there to develop your people. Not just in the work to help them become better, but you're there to develop the people so they can grow and move up in the organization or do their job. If they're not interested in moving up, do their job in a comfortable manner where they can do their job better and deliver higher quality and just develop that way. That's the number one job. So that's what I started trying to teach. So I did that for a long time until even through the last century up until, I like saying that for some reason. I was doing this the last century, but I got to the point where I started saying, okay, skills and techniques, and we need to really start to make a difference.